Physicality and a close game down the stretch.
Hawkeyes control off the tip. Freeman corrals it, working on Jarrell Colbert. There's that quick release you told me about. Wow, Sanford knocks down his first 3 tries.
Oh, he's one of the top assassins in all the land. You have to have your hand up, be there on the catch. And what a start for Iowa. That's been a huge struggle over the last couple games. Fell down 10-2 to Ohio State and 17-2 to Illinois. So to be up 3-0 at home, they got to feel good about that one.
Arthur Kaluma makes good on his first try from long distance.
Yeah, one of the keys to this game, can Krikke guard Kaluma? Kaluma, a 3-level score, very difficult to handle, can hit the 3 mid-range jumpers, and he'll dunk it on you.
Sanford again, nothing but the bottom of the net. 2 for 2.
21 points, 7 boards, and 4 assists over his last 5. So not many shooting guards in the country playing better than number 20 for Iowa.
There's the lob from Ames to Kaluma. Interference run by Josh Dix. Hawkeyes in transition. They are comfortable here. Dix going left in traffic, threads the needle. Fade away from Krikke, rebound. Kaluma gathers, and the Wildcats head the other way before it's stolen by Perkins. Tony Perkins' 53rd steal of the season. Second chance opportunity for the Hawkeyes.
Well, turnovers have killed Kansas State all season long. 15 turnovers per game. They've got more turnovers on the season than they do assists. And you play against Iowa, a team that likes to run. There's another one. If you're going to give them the ball multiple times, you've got to be there defensively on the catch.
Averaging 21 points in his last 5 games. He is red hot. And here's the Big Ten Freshman of the Year, denied by Colbert. That's why he leads Kansas State in blocks, the rim protector with the rejection. Interesting no call. Colbert denied by Freeman. He says, hey, take some of this in his rebuttal. The freshman will go to the free.
On campus, he was instant impact.
Knocked out of bounds. The NIT on ESPN rolls on in Iowa City. 2 contenders fighting out of the heavyweight division. Locking horns in the first round. Probably the marquee matchup of the NIT's first round. Pete Souza alongside Hawkeye legend Jess Settles. There's another Hawkeye legend in the making. Sanford, another 3, his 3rd of the night.
Well, he's one of the top shooters in all the land. You have to be there on the catch when you're playing against number 20. And there's another block by Freeman. Both teams playing hard to start this one out.
Second block of the night by the Big Ten Freshman of the Year. Back and forth we go. R.J. Jones into the basketball game probes. Inside, Will McNair makes no mistake. The tough kid from Philly, 5th-year senior finishes.
12 points and 4 blocks against Iowa State. He does a magnificent job of sealing. He won that battle before he caught the pass. And if he gets it that deep, it's lights out for Iowa.
Iowa and Kansas State, probably the marquee matchup of the first round, as we see another point registered by Peyton Sanford. 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. He has 93s on the year, thanks to his play early.
Well, he's the best 3-point shooter in the Big Ten. If you're Kansas State, he's number any better. You've got to find number 20 every time down, especially in transition.
Rare miss for him from the free throw line. And here comes Tyler Perry trotting across half court. The NIT MVP last year, playing at North Texas. Won the championship in Las Vegas. Wow, Freeman in space with the pick. Is it a pick six? No. Thrown to the ground by Will McNeil.
Way with it, they're going to have to figure that out, but it's tough this time of year when you're used to turning it over that much to get that under control. Never know as a freshman if you could come in and play with the physicality that the Big 12 and the Big 10 demands. And he has passed every test. He has a tremendous amount of bounce. He can read the rebounds and get up in there and put them back in. And he's a tremendous teammate. He's a future star here at Iowa and in college basketball. And he's going to have a big one in this one, though. Kansas State is physical, and they will push you off the paint.
Perry controls. Accosted by Perkins. This is Buddy Rich. We'll talk about him in a moment. David Gasson. Crowd wanted to travel. Gasson gets two.
That was a big-time move, a weight room move, and he was fouled on that play. Took the contact and still scored.
Josh Dix controls with his team up by 4. Standing on the NIT logo, directing traffic. Five on the shot clock. Tony Perkins clean look at a 3. Freeman generates a second chance opportunity for the Hawkeyes, taken away. R.J. Jones with the steal in transition. It's Gasson off of the feed from Perry, fading away. Wide left. Dix goes left. Finds a cutting Perkins who absorbs contact and finishes.
Anytime you see that double team coming, you have to get your head up as a passer and find out where it's coming from. Great cut by Perkins to read the double, slip into the paint, and go up for an easy 2.
6 points, biggest lead of the night for the Hawkeyes. Cam Carter darts to the hole high off the glass. Ball caroms into his hands. Here's Tyler Perry launching. Rattles out. That one was halfway down, Jeff.
That's a great shot. I mean, he's a tremendous three-point shooter. He's already hit 92 threes on the year. And there's a turnover for Iowa. They don't do that often.
Offensive foul on Austin Freeman, his first, or Owen Freeman, rather. And there is Fran McCaffery, 14th season as Iowa head coach. He had some profound statements yesterday about the NIT and participating in it. He said, it's not a conversation. We're going to continue to play. It's obvious what the value is playing in the NIT. We want to get better. People don't want to play. Hey, ask them about not playing.
Yeah, look, he's got a lot of young guys who he wants to get experience. He wants them to play under pressure, to play in big-time games like this with championships on the line. And he's not afraid of any challenge. A lot of coaches have a different philosophy. The Hawkeyes and the Wildcats wanted to suit up and go at it and play on ESPN. And like we said off the top, these two teams are going to play hard and they're going to play to the wire.
Gets behind his back. McCaffrey controls. One of the leaders of this team. Sanford fading away with Carter in his face. How'd he do that? On 4 of 4 shooting, 3 of 3 from beyond the arc.
The last 5 games, 21 points per game, 7 rebounds and 4 assists. He has become a complete player.
Carter controls.
If you're Kansas State, you want to continue to pound the ball inside, play inside out, force these bigs for Iowa to guard.
There's Buddy Rich. I mentioned him earlier, kind of left the audience hanging. He is one of the most exciting freshmen in the Big 12. Hasn't gotten a lot of playing time this year as he's adjusted. He's on the floor. And you see Arthur Kaluma.
Yeah, who for Iowa can guard Kaluma? He's a 3-level scorer. And we talk about a scorer. And right now, Peyton Sanford in video game form.
Hey, Caitlin Clark.
Hey.
We got another Hawkeye that can't miss from deep. Ten-point advantage for Iowa. Day-Day Ames, the freshman from Chicago, meets a double team. Here's Cam Carter. Off the hip is rejected, but fouled.
New competition they're not used to. Your coaches tell you he can shoot, but you basically don't believe him if you come out and let him get off to a hot start like this.
Seaton
leads the team in rebounding, plays as hard as anybody in the country. It's just so nice to see a guy who lives in the gym in the offseason come back, add to his arsenal, and come out in a game like this and get off to a hot start.
Black Harding into the basketball game. The freshman drops it out to the senior Perkins from the elbow. Iowa has been so good from the mid-range this season. Ames, nice move. Just draws iron in the rejection. Carter off the dribble, off the heel. Knocked away out of bounds. Last touch by Kaluma.
Fire right now. If you're Kansas State, you've got to change up your defense. They're going with a 1-3-1. They'll drop back into that 2-3. Play with that physicality and toughness that they're known for and not turn the ball over. But Peyton Sanford off to a hot start. Great job with the active hands there by Carter.
Great point by you. The zone defense generates a turnover. Day-Day Ames pumps it into the corner. Kaluma pump fakes, probes and dribbles up and under. Can't get it to finish, but Will McNair grabs the offensive board. Cam Carter slides to the hoop off the glass.
Yeah, that's Wildcats basketball right there. Take the turnover, go down, get on the offensive glass, and out-tough your opponent.
And then all of a sudden on the other end, you got Patrick McCaffrey answering.
Yeah, he's 4 out of his last 7 from beyond the arc. He's a point forward, can push the basketball off the rebound, but he knows how to fill the lane. And if he's that wide open, he's going to make you pay.
Speaking of wide open, Day-Day Ames, the freshman from Chicago, buries it in front of the Iowa bench. Price Sanford drops it off for McCaffrey. If you didn't think it was a family affair here at Iowa, it is. Price draws a double team. Whips it to McCaffrey, around and out. Kaluma lifts the board.
Yeah, Kaluma is so dangerous in the open court. Defends, rebounds, can push the basketball. I like the physicality of this game. Both teams going at it, talking a little trash. They know what's at stake here.
Ames with some daylight, finds McNair. You gotta like that from a fellow big man, some polish there.
Smart play by Day-Day. Get into the paint, collapse the defense, and then drop it off to the big fella. That was beautiful.
Harding showing off his vision. Dembele will go to the
start. They'll get that fixed. They're going to keep pounding it inside to see if Iowa is physical enough to stop them at the rim.
Pete Souza alongside Jess Settles. First round action of the NIT. It has been fast and furious from Iowa City. There is Jerome Tang, second season at Kansas State. Went to the regional finals last year when the Wildcats surprised everybody. He knows a little bit about the Big 12 and success, or excuse me, the NIT and success. As we see Tyler Perry launch a 3. Coach Tang and Scott Drew.
No question. I mean, you deal with the bitterness of not making the NCAA tournament. You got to deal with that for about 24 hours. And then it's time to compete again. And right, you can build off of the NIT, and we just talked about it. Baylor's had success, and they look back on their championship and say that fueled a few guys to get better. This team last year at the Cayman Islands Classic, and that's where they introduced themselves to the country. And they were one of the best teams in the country last year. I had them going to the Final Four. They were one possession away. That's the impact he's made. And they have an underrated fan base. And it's tough to win there. The future is very bright for the Wildcats.
Had a couple huge wins late in the season against BYU and Iowa State at Bramlage Coliseum. Freeman with the floater in that right hand. That's feathery touch.
That's the evolution of his game. He will become a great spot-up player. He's going to start knocking down three-point shots. Coach McCaffrey told us in practice today, he has that in his game already. It's just a matter of putting it on the floor. And another heads-up play by Jones and McNair. That's what they're going to do. Continue to pound it in the paint.
McNair can spin it inside, shooting 62% from the floor on the year. About Caitlin Clark and the impact she's had on the women's game and the impact the women's game has had on this community and city.
She's just been phenomenal for the last 4 seasons, taking women's basketball around the world to another level. And obviously, if you grow up in the state of Iowa, you're so thankful that she chose to stay home. And what she's done has just been spectacular. She's not only selling out Carver Hawkeye Arena, she sells out every game in the world.
Freeman powers his way to 2. Austin Freeman has polish, but it seems like he's building that nasty side, that grit.
Well, there's no question. You have to be nasty when you go up against McNair. He's going to push you around and make you earn it.
Nine-point lead for the Hawkeyes. Perkins going to try to build on it from deep. Around and out. Sanford flies in for the rebound. What can he do tonight? Cricky up and under, making it look easy.
Well, you're exactly right. That's all about Peyton Sanford. He kept that possession alive, and they're going to have to find a way to get him under control. Comes crashing in and gets Cricky an open shot.
11-point advantage for the Hawkeyes. Playing at home tonight. Iowa faithful on their feet, and so is Sanford. He's off his feet, but Perry can't convert.
It's extremely difficult because when you're in high school, you're so used to getting easy baskets and dunks. And you come out and you play in the Big 10 or the Big 12, and you might not have an easy basket for a month. But he's done such a good job of rebounding early in his career. That is difficult to do. And when he adds the mid-range jumper, the three-point shot to his game, he's going to become an All-American.
Sanford threads the needle. Showing off some powers. Maybe a little blemish there.
So not a tremendously physical guy, but he's got a ton of bounce and a high basketball IQ.
Make sure you stay tuned late night. Utah versus UC Irvine. It's 11 Eastern on the Deuce. Jones raises from 3. Too strong. And there is Gassan being active, and Utah.
If you're Kansas State, you want to continue to play inside out. Kick it inside, let the guys in the paint touch it, attack it with the dribble, then kick it for threes.
There is Gassan, has it poked away by Cricky. Perry, extra pass, R.J. Jones. He can't find it tonight. But Buddy Rich can, showing off that explosive athletic ability.
What a powerful move.
I'll listen sometimes to get ready for these games to Coach Tang's Coaches Show. And it seems like they get an email every week. When are we going to see Buddy Rich? When are we going to see Buddy Rich? We see all the highlight dunks. They're seeing him tonight. Exciting time for Wildcat fans.
Well, another guy who's playing in the NIT tournament. It's a lot better for him to be out here competing than to be on spring break somewhere right now. State has a wonderful team. South Carolina, it's going to be fantastic. The men's tournament's wide open.
If you want to see Caitlin Clark play here in Iowa City over the course of the next week or so in the NCAA tournament, good luck. Those tickets are going, the ones on the street, for almost $3,000, they tell us.
It's just fantastic.
Perry floats it. Here's Day-Day Ames. He made one from that exact spot before. Can't get it to go down.
Great job by Cricky blocking Gassan out. You can't fight him. You have to sit on his thigh and keep him on the ground.
Foul on the floor.
Half court. Those are not good shots she's taking. I mean, you don't recommend kids at home take those shots. She's falling to her left 3 feet, lets it go. Championship shot was, and there's Connor McCaffrey to her right. Another part of the McCaffrey crew who played here last year. And they definitely missed his physicality this year in those late Big Ten games, the Big Ten tournament. He could guard all 5 positions, and it's good to see both of them back cheering on the Hawkeyes, and it's good to see a Kansas State crowd on the road as well. And this thing's coming down to the wire.
Ames spinning to the hole, finds Perry, and he's rejected. Cricky hands up Perry defense. Hawkeyes go the other way. Sanford. His first miss of the night. Buddy Rich steps through.
That's just a guy who knows what to do with the basketball. He put his shoulder down and attacked right off the start. And nice to see Perkins knock one down. Talking a little noise to the Kansas State bench. Both these teams chirping a little bit, attacking each other, making physical plays.
Colbert can't find the handle, knocked out of bounds. Fouls on Krikke. This is as good as it gets in the first round of the NIT, Jess.
These baseline out-of-bounds plays are critical for Iowa. They gave up 7 points, I believe, to Ohio State on blob actions. And Kansas State knows that. That's better defense for the Hawkeyes.
Looks like Coach McCaffrey is taking that one to the whiteboard. Foul on R.J. Jones. 9th in Division I.
Yeah, and unfortunately, a lot of them come from their big three. And Perry.
On the other side of that, you see Iowa. 1.9 second in Division I in assist to turnover ratio.
And the Hawkeyes have led the Big Ten in scoring the last 6 years. They scored 83 points per game, and they rarely turn the ball over. And I asked Coach McCaffrey about that. How can you push the pace that quickly and not turn the ball over? And he said, it's very simple. I recruit guys who are unselfish and who don't turn the ball over when I watch them in high school or if I'm watching the portal. I want guys who value the possessions.
Illustrated in the numbers we just showed you. Here's Ames. He works pretty well in traffic. Here's Rich. He worked well all night. Draws iron. Dorian Finister into the basketball game. Can't grab it. As they make the transition from regular season, tournament, and then into the NIT. They have not.
Peyton Sandfort said after the bring 100%, I'm going to make sure everybody around me does as well. So that's just great leadership. Both of these teams are playing extremely hard. There's no letdown. They want to advance. There's another turnover by Kansas Cats, and now they're going to have to play defense again.
Perkins, nice look inside. Here's Krikke. Dick's fading away. Buddy Rich skies for the rebound. Here comes Tyler Perry.
Yeah, Rich has given them some valuable minutes. Tyler Perry right now 1 for 7 from the floor. If you're the Hawkeyes, you have to stay on him. He can turn it on over the last 3.
Sophomore from New Orleans. Dorian Finister with the left hand finishes. Iowa State shooting 52%. 6 of 13 from 3. Sneaking in the back door to grab the rebound with Sandfort. He's rejected. Wildcats with a chance to get it to single digits.
That was great defense by Colbert, knowing that Krikke has that mid-range game.
Day-Day Ames is always downhill, and that time he does it to 2 points. Perkins rims out. Sandfort fights for the rebound.
Basket, get off to a good rhythm, and they're not blocking him out. He's an elite three-point shooter, and he's also a tremendous offensive rebounder.
In Hinkle Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, as we see. A lot of good teams in the field this year.
You ever been to Hinkle?
I have not.
It's like walking through the Hoosiers movie. It makes you love the game even more than you do.
Thinking about Hinkle Fieldhouse and how that is where the Final Four will be this year, I was thinking about Hoosiers, and it gives you that magical feel and reminds you of why we love the game of basketball.
So many great fans in the state of Indiana, and I think that went into Caitlin Clark's decision to leave Iowa with 1 year left to play in the state of Indiana. There's so much support there.
Buddy Rich.
Wow, Buddy.
Looks like he could play anywhere right now.
I'll tell you what, Buddy has taken over the last 3 or 4 minutes. He's a man on a mission.
Lead is trimmed to 7 inside of 2 minutes in the first half. McCaffrey behind his back, falling down, gets it to Perkins, who whips it right back to him. Oh, how about that feathery touch?
It looks like he went up for the shot, gets shoved a little bit on the hip, but still kept his eyes on the rim and finished it. And it's a total breakdown there defensively on the high pick and roll.
Colbert finishes. Here's Tony Perkins. We talked about Indianapolis and Hinkle Fieldhouse. That's where he's from. He'd love to get back there.
Pressure on a defense in transition. It's not just quick threes. It's those drag screens, pick and roll action to the basket. That's as easy as a basket they'll get on against Cincinnati. He was 5 out of 8. He was dominant in that game, and then only 4 shot attempts since that game. So it's nice to see him come out, playing good defense, rolling to the basket hard. Right now, Coach Tang just putting everybody out there, seeing who can contribute. I like him using the bench and going deep into the rotations.
Ames trying to wiggle his way to the basket is fouled by Dix.
Him up, play with some physicality, and compete on the glass at the offensive end.
Ames has spent a lot of time in the paint. Finds Perry. He draws the defense in and whips it to the elder statesman, who cashes in.
He's just so good. He can take over a game a lot like Peyton Sandfort. He doesn't need much room.
Well, and we promised Perry's not done yet. He scored 70% of his points in the second half. Sandfort, who has scored what seems like all the points tonight for the Hawkeyes, connects on another three. 22 points. It's his 11th 20-plus scoring game, fourth in the last 5. He is red hot, and the fans here showing their appreciation. Perry, suffocating defense by the Hawkeyes. Leans into a three. And that'll do it for the first half. A shot from the floor outside of 1 3-pointer. By the way, you can thank me for that. I made a petition for that CNC Music Factory because I know that's what you were listening to at 5-Star back in 1991.
With the Hubie Brown lectures and Bob Hurley Sr. and
I wonder what kind of lecture Coach Tang had for the Wildcats at halftime. What do you think he told us?
Well, we've got to take Sandfort away from the shot. You've got to be there on the catch. Right now, they're face guarding him. That's good. They are physical. They're used to being in these dogfights. I imagine they'll get this thing close. And then at the offensive end, they got to pound the ball inside, play inside out.
It is a heavyweight bout. Cricky trying to take McNair outside. Just misses. Foul on the floor on Kaluma. Interesting call.
Like he's in a pretty good spot, but he must have grabbed him.
Second foul on Kaluma. Tony Perkins, just an absolute bulldog. Finds Cricky, who finishes.
Cricky doesn't take a lot of three-point shots, but he is lethal with that mid-range jumper. And the analytics don't like that shot, but Fran McCaffrey and Cricky love that shot.
Yeah, he was talking to you this afternoon saying, hey, you got to know who you are. Ooh, McNair knows that he can finish in the paint. 26 points in the paint for Kansas State. Ames races across half court. Crowd wanted to walk. Ames wants a three, and he gets it. Knocks it down from the corner. Nice work by the freshman, playing just 3.5 hours from his home in Chicago.
Well, he's got so much confidence, and he feels like if you give him a little room, he's going to knock it down. It's a great shot.
A lot of room for Freeman. Too strong off the glass, caroms out. McNair, 8 points on 4 of 5 shooting 62% on the season. Can't keep it going there, rolls out.
No, I like the move. I would keep pounding it inside to number 13.
Here's Cam Carter, wow. He makes Freeman miss and finishes. That's a guy who was at the top of everyone's scouting report after a red-hot January and February. Has tailed off a little bit, but surging now.
Yeah, this is what the Wildcats do. I mean, they play suffocating defense. They're physical. They put their hands up, and then they come down and make you pay. And Cam Carter, he can live above the rim. I thought he was going to go slam Carter there, but he wanted to conserve his energy. That's too open.
10-0 run for the Wildcats, Drew, when they won the NIT, beating Fran McCaffrey in Iowa in 2013.
His team last year was so special. Marquise Noel, Keontae Johnson. I picked them to go to the Final Four. Covered them at the Cayman Islands Classic. They were electric, so exciting. Great play. He's been a nice addition to this Iowa basketball team. Only gets 1 year. but he's fit in well here.
Kansas State fans are saying, I know they were experimenting with the lane in some of the timeouts. I didn't know we were getting continuation. In the NIT postseason.
Life on the road.
Life on the road, baby. McNair doesn't lack in confidence. He doesn't lack in touch either.
They're just running simple baseline plays for him, and he forgets to get back.
The fifth-year senior at one end. And Freeman now 10 points. Another three-point play for the Hawkeyes.
And Freeman's going to have to front McNair, at least three-quarters front him. They're getting the ball into him too easily.
Wildcats have made 3 of their last 3. Ames going downhill. He absorbs contact and will go to the... Ames misses the freebie. He's got 13 points on 5 of 7 shooting. Has helped get the Wildcats back in this one.
They're just straight out face guarding Peyton Sanford. It's 4 against 4. They're not even letting him touch it.
Perkins takes advantage of a little bit of space. Says, hey, not how I scripted it, but it goes in.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're a team that switches like Kansas State. I mean, the mismatches are there, but they've said, look, we're not going to leave number 20. I think it's a great strategy, and we're just going to...
Lane has widened from 12 to 16 feet here in the NIT. That's consistent with the width of the NBA game and also the FIBA game. The NIT has been treated as a laboratory in years past for college basketball.
On the post. Right now, this Brandon McCaffrey not happy with that call. Again, let's see if Kansas State can score out of a baseline out of bounds play. Iowa has definitely shored that part of the game up.
Ames has been so hot from 3, draws a lot of attention from the perimeter. Under 5 on the shot clock. Tyler Perry way off. A whistle and a kick.
Shot came up with the rebound. That's as good as it gets.
Ames making life difficult for Dix, who goes behind his back in across half court. Floats it inside. Dembella off the mark. Rebound Gassan.
Tyler Perry needs to find his game and find it quickly. He is a great second half player.
Cam Carter says, I got it right now. Hits from deep. They have made 5 of their last 6 have the Wildcats, and the lead has been trimmed to 4.
Another dynamic score for Kansas State. He's 4 out of his last 7 from beyond the arc, so that's part of his arsenal, and he lives above the rim.
Dembella, who can shoot the ball from deep, drops it for Cricky. That's a crafty move, Jess Settles. You gotta like that.
It just uses the rim to protect the basketball. Kaluma gives up that angle, and Cricky's very good at putting the ball on the floor. That's a forced shot right there by Kaluma, and it looked like Kaluma grabbed him. The actions of Chris Kingsbury and myself in the 90s, I don't think we would have made it through the first half if it was grabbing, holding, tripping, and I just looked like Kaluma was inviting him out for pizza after the game to celebrate the NIT, but it's the right call. You can't grab a guy. You're gonna...
The guy we're talking about.
Wait a second.
1993 to 1999, your screen is not wrong. The Big Ten Freshman of the Year in 93, same year he was Iowa's Mr. Basketball, the great Jess Settles. It's a good-looking guy.
Hey, well, I appreciate that. We didn't worry about fouling out back then. Come on. Seth Greenberg, come on. He used to teach his guys to grab people.
Well, and that's how a lot of guys came up like you did. And there's Freeman, the Freshman of the Year.
Yeah.
This year, last time there was a Big Ten Freshman of the Year on Iowa, it was Jess Settles. It was that guy we just showed as we see another turnover.
That's 30 years ago. I talked to Freeman today at practice, and he said he's going to spend a few days this summer with Frank Garza and Luka Garza, the National Player of the Year, work on footwork, moves around the basket. I think that is great. And you talk about the reason why is because number 20 for Iowa lived in the gym, worked on his footwork all summer long, and has become a complete player.
Travel on card.
Peyton Sandfort sets it up. They think he's going to pop up to the top and hit the three. He reads the defense, gets to the rim, wide open, great pass. He's been a complete player in this game.
Dembele, he can shoot from deep. We talked about it. That's a huge tray there for the Hawkeyes. 9-0 run for Iowa over the last 1 minute and 40 seconds. Gassan tries to take matters into his own hand and does. He has played through a lot of pain in the latter stages of the season. I asked him today before the game, I said, hey, how you doing? How's the knee? He said, all good.
Oh, I just love him. I mean, he's the type of guy that every coach in America would want on their team.
Sandfort, nice pump fake. That's his first mistake from deep. There he is again.
He's just taking these last couple possessions over. I thought he got fouled on that play. He took the hit, put it in, and he's saying, hey, can I get that at the other end?
12:36 here left in the second half. First round NIT action. Krikke knocks down.
Iowa to go full court pressure. Try to turn the Wildcats over. And once you miss it, it's off. But it's critical to make that second free throw when you're a pressing team so you can get set up. And again, Tyler Perry. He's got to do what he does best, and that's play great down the stretch.
Carter from deep. Rims out. Skying through the board is the Bulldog, Tony Perkins. Just out of the reach for McCaffrey. Almost lost it, but gathered it. They're going to say he stepped off.
But big possession here for Kansas State. Got to play inside out. You have to imagine Nair's going to touch the ball on the post and go to work.
Jones tried to pump it in the corner for Perry.
Defense has been really good in this game. This is the best defense I've seen them play in the last 3 or 4 games. That being said, so many of these Wildcat turnovers are self-inflicted. They're just giving the ball away, and over the course of 40 minutes, it's hard to win that way.
Perkins way off there. Krikke almost found himself in too much space. Says, hey, what do I do? Well, you go to the basket, and he does. Point advantage for Iowa. 12 points in the second half for Krikke. Under 10 on the shot clock. Gassan, how about that quickness? Up and under. Foul ball Dembele.
Attempt. But in this game, around the rim, I thought Kansas State's been hit a few times where they haven't been able to get the whistle. That being said, you've got to fight.
Gassan knocks it down. Kansas State trying to keep the Hawkeyes within arm's length. Perkins shakes and bakes. Krikke pump fake, pulls it back down. Wow, Perkins tries to get physical, muscled his way to the rim, couldn't finish. A little bit of frustration.
And the strength that she plays with, her passing is all world. She's the best shooting guard in the history of the women's game at the college level. And you can debate overall all you want, but there's never been anybody that good. Her ability to compartmentalize on game day is just unbelievable. She has to handle the media, she has to handle the fans, and if it was up to her, she would stay around after every game and hug every single young girl in the crowd. That's how much she loves those kids, and she knows what she means to the game. My youngest daughter, Julia, went to her basketball camp, and she is authentic, she's genuine, she's the real deal, and she's the best thing that ever happened to women's basketball in the state of Iowa.
Some would argue the best thing that's ever happened to women's basketball. We talked to Coach McCaffrey a little bit about it. He said he remembers Dr. J coming to Philly, Larry Bird in Boston, Michael Jordan in Chicago. The one thing those guys always did was pack arenas consistently. One of the hardest things for a player to do. She does that.
She does. I mean, tip your hat to Ann and Brent, her folks, and Blake and Colin, her brothers. Just the way that she was raised, West Des Moines Dowling High School. She's the real deal. She's going to be a great coach someday as well. I've had some great conversations with her, and she is a brilliant basketball mind. You learn something new from her every time you talk to her about hoops.
You know, you've gotten to know her a little bit, and so you know she would tell us, stop talking about me. Get back to .com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships. David Gasson, who is a rim runner, and he has been doing just that.
And we've been raving about him from the opening tip. I mean, he just makes things happen at both ends of the court. Such a high basketball IQ. He wants to wear this uniform another game, and both of these teams know what's at stake. They want to make a run. They want to win a championship, and we set off the top. This game would be physical, it would be competitive. There's nobody wanting to go on spring break quite yet. You can't say that about every team, but these two teams have come to play.
Freeman has been fundamentally sound all year long, has run into a little bit of trouble against these athletes here on Kansas State. It was Gasson that
looked down the court, survey it. Great job running the court by McNair. A step up to the line on the road. Games have been physical. Most of them come down to the wire.
McNair, one of the few guys in the country who shoots a higher percentage from the floor than he does from the free throw line. 62% from the floor, 54% from the free throw line. He's consistent there, making 1 out of 2. Lead is 5. Wildcats can build on a 7-0 run. Come at the 3, maybe 2. Jess, they're shooting 69% in the second half. The Wildcats are.
As good as Iowa's defense was in the first half, it softened up in the second half. Give credit to Kansas State for attacking them.
Perkins says, I'll take that. 54th steal of the year for the senior from Indianapolis. Sanford can't get a 3.
A little heat check there by Payton. I'm not sure Coach McCaffrey wanted that shot, but when you're in a zone like he's been in, you can live with it.
Wow, McNair is bloodthirsty. That was halfway down. Karam's out. Big rebound by Krikke. Hawkeyes trying to stop the bleeding. Freeman. Possibly a legendary coach and a wonderful ESPN analyst. A lot of folks agree, some disagree. I've never had in my lifetime the NIT so talked about going into the tournament.
That's because putting up the portal right now is making these guys crazy. They're trying to coach their teams. They're going through walkthroughs today, and we asked Coach Tang about it. I said, what are you going to do after this? He said, I'm going to go back and I'm going to start working the portal. So that's why there's so much frustration. You don't even know which guys are going to be on your team next year. The NIT used to be, hey, you're going to play the young players, and that's still the case. You're going to build your roster for next year. Let's see who really wants to compete. Now, it's such a mess. They've got to get that under control. Why can't they wait a couple weeks before they open up the portal so we can all enjoy the best time of the year in college basketball?
A lot of people have been asking that question this week as we see Ames knock down a 3 after Iowa scored their first 2 points in almost 5 minutes.
Both of these coaches didn't hesitate when they had a chance to play. As you look at the great back door, look, you talk about Owen Freeman and his versatility. You got 2 big guys working high-low right there together. But Tang and McCaffrey said, we're playing. We're putting the uniforms on. Let's get better. Let's go compete. We'll deal with the portal as we can deal with it.
Well, they're showing us exactly why they wanted to. These teams are up and down, both playing with great passion and desire. We go the other end, and it's play like that that has us talking like this. Carter in transition from his hip, can't finish, but the rebound is gathered by Manning. Second chance opportunity squandered by the Wildcats.
I think Carter thought he got fouled, and then he took his eyes off the rim. That was a blown opportunity as they were turning the tide, and what a momentum-changing sequence of events right there. You missed the layup at one end. Payton Sanford drove one.
Light it'll feel in the summer. We gotta run 11,000 more neighborhoods to go.
Ding dong.
Homes.com.
It's for Carter. The lead is 9 inside of 5 minutes. McNair rips the board. The door open ever so slightly for the Wildcats.
This typically is Perry time. He's only 2 for 11. Tony Perkins has done a phenomenal job guarding, but you can't leave him. Another impressive drive down the lane by Carter.
A hot knife through butter. The Mississippi State transfer, who has been Mr. Reliable, starting his 70th straight game for the Wildcats, has willed them back into this one in the postseason. Perkins would love to get his team to the NIT Final Four, play at home in Indianapolis. Snaps it to Krikke. He says, come on, ride with me. I'll take us there. The lead is 10. Krikke 8 of 11 in the second half.
Quick release. And then good credit to Kansas State in the second half by face guarding him, taking him away. Krikke stepped up big. Mid-range jumpers attacking the rim, and that was a monster three-point shot from the corner. That's too open.
It is too open. They share 51 points, especially after the night he's been having. David Gasson, the senior from the Netherlands, 2 of 5 from the charity stripe. Make that 2 of 6. Oh, Cam Carter drops from the rafters for the offensive board. Can't put it back in. Tyler Perry off the heel. Sanford skies for the board. Missed opportunity for the Wildcats.
A great offensive rebound off the free throw set. To get Perry an open look. Just doesn't fall.
Dix has been quiet. Wanted the foul, didn't get it. Krikke, outstanding. To who else? Sanford. Carter going to try to quiet the crowd. No chance with that shot. What does this Kansas State team fight? Perry. Short. Perkins will slow it down. Peyton Sanford, 30 points, 12 rebounds. 5th double-double of the season. And this one has been pronounced.
A tremendous performance. And what did you say, 12 rebounds?
12 boards.
Either you're shooting guard.
And you talked about their relationship and the feel they have for each other. They both started all 32 games for this Hawkeye team and Fran McCaffery. A caveat to guys you can trust like that to show up every day is that relationship and chemistry. Perkins can't get it to fall. Oh, Perry, beautiful look. McNair finishes. Tag once.
Corners. You want to move the ball without dribbling. That's a great job breaking the press, and Josh Dix pretty much automatic.
I came out of bounds. Harold Jensen passes it to Harold Presley, and they broke the Georgetown press, and Billy Packer said, hey, this is a wrinkle.
It is. It's great coaching, but why is it legal? what other sport can you throw it to a guy out of bounds and it be legal? But you're exactly right. I love it when they do that. Make that pass there. It's almost impossible to guard, and Iowa shoots close to 80% from the free throw line, which is top 20 in the country.
Ames weaves to the hole like a surgeon. Been that kind of night for Kansas State. Been that kind of season for Kansas State. So close, but you just can't get there. What stood out for you tonight from the Hawkeyes?
Obviously the hot shooting and the good start early on, but Tony Perkins' defense on Tyler Perry was really the difference overall in this game. His Hawkeye defense was great, but Perk was fantastic against one of the best point guards in the country.
Dix, huge bucket, his first of the night. Gets the lead to 13, and Perry with that
team to overtime. He's built for these moments. Tony Perkins, up until that foul right there on the three-point.
Great dude, clutch performer, has had a decorated career. And talk about how special he is, a Manhattan Christian, which is right down the road from Kansas State transfer. So Coach Fran McCaffery, who embraced the opportunity to play in the postseason, just embraced another opportunity for his team to get better and play basketball, has to have liked what he's seen tonight.
Yeah, not many teams put 91 points up on Kansas State. Great job by both teams coming out, playing hard, playing to win, and battling.
Yeah, that's a
Big Ten in scoring the last 6 years in a row. 91 points against Kansas State, like we said. It doesn't happen too often.
Lindsey trying to get his Division I basket off the mark, followed by Manning, is good, and it's all academic at this point. The Hawkeyes